YouTube? It's Kiaguyjoe here. Today I'm back with another video. Today I have the 2022 Hyundai Kona 1.6 Turbo. Sorry if you guys hear a lot of wind noise and traffic noise. I'm right next to a highway at this Hyundai dealership here in Carrollton, Texas. But as I said, guys, this is the 2022 Hyundai Kona 1.6 all-wheel drive. Kind of looks like a mash between a Jeep, one of the older Jeep products when they started to split the headlight and the LED, as you guys can see here in the front. Alright, before we get to the outside of the vehicle, I'm going to start under the hood here, because as I said, this has a 1.6 liter engine. I'm not sure of the power, horsepower and torque numbers, but I will be sure to put that in the video. This is a dual clutch 7-speed eco transmission. That's what they call it, eco clutch transmission. I would assume that this is probably about 201 horsepower, between 201 and maybe 220. Very small engine, but very good on gas mileage. It's 22 in the city and 31 on the highway. I'll be sure to put the correct numbers in the video as well once I get those numbers. That ticking you here is the direct injection. So that's what these engines do when they make that noise. It's a manual prop rod to hold up the hood cover, but this vehicle is not too expensive, so that's to be expected. And coming back out to the outside of the vehicle here, you guys can look at the headlights here. You can see it's a full LED design. This is a limited trim, 1.6 limited, so it does come fully loaded. It is missing a few things, especially on the interior. I'll point those out when I get to the interior. But LED turn signals here, LED low and high beams on the bottom portion. No fog lights, because I would assume this is where fog lights would normally go. And you can kind of look at the headlight system as a fog light system nowadays if they're putting headlight systems this low. So yeah, full LED, low and high beams, and your turn signals right there. Nice Hyundai logo right there on the top of the hood, and with this black mesh pattern on the grille here. Nice opening. Going to get a lot of bugs on that radiator though, so be mindful of that. And some black plastic cladding right here with some silver painted portion right there to break it up a little bit. This vehicle is painted in a nice lunar white color right here. Very bright color, pretty nice. Not my particular style, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people will like this color. Taking a look here at the wheels, I really like these wheels here. They're very nice. This is the size is what size are they? 235, 45 by 18s, wrapped in these Goodyear tires. But the wheel design is very nice. I like the wide openings. Should be easy to clean. And I could imagine when these things are actually rolling, they look pretty nice. They look pretty nice just sitting here as well. Nothing special about the brakes, just a regular caliper right there with a nice Hyundai logo on the center cap. This vehicle sits very low, I would say. I'm about 5'11", and this vehicle is probably about 2 inches shorter than me. So I'm a little bit taller in this vehicle. And taking a look here at the side of the vehicle, you see the nice mirror right here with a turn signal indicator on the mirror. No camera system on this mirror in the dash for the blind view monitor system. This vehicle does not come with that. And the rest of the proportions of the side of the vehicle are pretty plain Jane. Nothing special like the other Hyundai products that have that geometric window piece right here, small window garnish right there. That follows a pattern of this black portion right here with some shark fin for aerodynamics. Not really sure if that would help with aerodynamics, but it's there. This is what the rear looks like. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And as I said, this is a 1.6 turbo limited all-wheel drive. They do have a Hyundai Kona N coming out, which is the most powerful version of this vehicle. I'm not sure when that vehicle is coming to the States, but be sure I will get that vehicle when I get a chance. But taking a look at the rest of the rear of the vehicle, you can see LED tail lights for the rear. And your brake lights are down here. Well, your brake lights are up here, but your turn signal's down here. Again, I'm not too fond of separating the brake lights from the actual turn signal indicator, but on this vehicle it seems it doesn't bother me that much because the vehicle is so small. But on larger vehicles such as the Palisade and especially the Telluride, when they separate the turn indicators from the brake light and whatnot, I don't particularly like that. Nice Hyundai logo right here with a silver garnish on the tailgate. The blade, windshield wiper blade, is not hidden beneath the spoiler right here. It's exposed on the window. Coming to the lower portion right here, painted right there, and some more silver garnish right there. No exposed exhaust tips. If you guys are gonna want exposed exhaust tips, you're gonna have to wait for the Hyundai Kona N. Opening the rear hatch, it is hydraulically assisted. And taking a look here at the rear, nice rear area with a good amount of space, with a tonneau cover to cover your things back here, whatever you would have. These seats do fold down 60/40 with some latches that are on the back of the handle, or the back of the back seats right there. So these seats do fold down 60/40. I'm just gonna have to show you guys that when I actually get to the back seat. But that's gonna do it for the outside of the vehicle. All right, before we hop into the inside of the vehicle, this is the key fob. Nothing special about this key fob. It does have remote start and of course unlock and lock, but does not have the parking assist feature where you can move the vehicle forward and backward out of tight parking spaces. But getting a glance at the interior here, nice color, not too much, not too dark, a lot of cream to break up the black. Alright, but before we hop into the inside of the vehicle, let's take a look here at the door panel here. Up top we have a hard touch feeling plastic, but it does have a nice grainy feel to it. Down here we have some leather padded area right here. Over here, hard touch plastic. One touch for the front driver's seat. Also one touch for the front passenger, but not for the rear. So be mindful of that. And of course you have your lock and unlock, you have your mirror controls, and you have a silver painted portion for your door handle here. Everything below that is hard touch plastic. This vehicle comes with a 10-speaker Harman Kardon audio system, which should sound pretty good. Alright, let's hop into the vehicle and get away from all the traffic noise so you guys can hear me a little better. Closing the door, nice and solid, sounds pretty good, not too many issues there. And taking a look at the rest of the interior here, as you guys can see, it's pretty nice. It's pretty much a Hyundai. I believe this vehicle replaced the Hyundai Accent, if I'm correct. Either it was the Hyundai Venue or this Hyundai Kona that replaced the Accent. And if you guys remember, the Hyundai Accent was a smaller, older Hyundai, which I believe they discontinued. But this is pretty much what that is. It sits up higher and it feels like it has a little bit more space. But anyway, taking a look here at the top of the dash here, hard touch plastics with a speaker cover right there. No heads-up display for this model. Not sure if any Hyundai Konas come with the heads-up display, but this one does not in particular. But as I said, hard touch plastics all up top. You have a nice This is a nice padded portion right here. It's pretty hard padded, but you know, if you press it hard enough, you can sink your fingers into it. And right here you have a nice Camaro inspired air vent right there, if you guys can see that. Looks very much like what was in the you know, previous generation Camaros. And as I said, this portion right here, it is soft padded. If you press it hard enough, you can sink your fingers into it. This is hard touch. This is kind of soft and hard at the same time. And it follows the whole theme of the dash. And it follows up into this 10.25 touchscreen, which we will talk about in a second. But coming to the left side of the steering wheel, you guys have another Camaro styled air vent right there. It does have a nice tactile click to it, or sounding click to it. Feels pretty high quality, very tight. Doesn't feel like it's going to break easily. You have a button to dim the illumination in the vehicle. I'm not sure if this vehicle has ambient lighting. If it does, I'm going to have to check in the system, because it's way too bright for me to see if any ambient lights are in this vehicle. You have a hill descent button and a traction control button. It is missing a few buttons. I would assume this space right here would be for your blind spot monitoring system, which this vehicle does have, but I believe they probably put it somewhere else. So I'm not sure what this missing button right here would be for. And coming to the steering wheel here, nice and padded, nice feeling to the steering wheel. Doesn't feel cheap at all. Actually feels pretty good in the hand. The horn sounds pretty loud. It's not as deep. It's kind of loud, you know, softly muted, but it is loud. And of course, taking a look here at the digital gauge cluster here, which is a theme that Hyundai is starting to put in all their vehicles. Which this one looks pretty nice. I believe this is a 10.25 inch screen right here, if I'm correct. If I'm not, I'll put the right numbers in the video. But this vehicle does have this nice touchscreen right here. You have Sport, Smart, and just normal. I believe, yeah, no Eco mode on this vehicle. But I mean, if you guys want to ride Eco, you can probably just ride it normal, of course. This display isn't too much customizable. Looks pretty nice. The one thing I noticed that manufacturers are starting to do nowadays is if they put this kind of system or interface in their vehicles, they're going to show the vehicle right there in the middle, an exact replica of the vehicle, and then they're going to have it, you know, simulate what you're doing, whether you're braking or, you know, using your turn signals, and it's actually going to show on that little vehicle in the dash. Hyundai hasn't done that with this Kona. I know Honda is with the new Civic, where you press the brake, it'll actually show that you're pressing the brake, or if your headlights are on, it'll actually show that your headlights are on. So I guess that's a neat gimmick. I believe Hyundai will probably catch on to that soon. We're taking a look here at the rest of the steering wheel. You have your mode to change between your Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, which this vehicle does have. It isn't wireless in this vehicle. The Android Auto, Apple CarPlay is not wireless, so be mindful of that. You have your volume controls, phone controls, and they gave you a favorites button on the steering wheel. You press that button, then you're going to be able to, you know, use Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, or your maps directly if you press that button right there. Then you have your button on the right side of the steering wheel to go through your modes, control your speeds, your compass, and tire pressure, and nothing too much special about that. And you have your cruise control settings right there. You have a button for to keep your distance marker to keep the vehicle in front of you at a safe distance, and of course steering assist right there to, you know, assist you with steering. Taking a look here at these seats, very nice, very soft and padded. I'm not sure if, I believe this is like a soft text leather, not an actual genuine leather, but it does feel pretty nice. These seats are not They are heated, but they are not cooled. I believe you have to go for a trim above this 1.6 to get heated and cooled seats, or just, you know, cooled seats, because this vehicle does have heated seats. Also, this vehicle does not have a heated steering wheel, so probably if they offer a heated steering wheel, you have to go for a higher trim. And taking a look here at the glove compartment, it is damp, but it isn't lined with felt. It's pretty deep. You can fit you probably fit like a maybe 15-inch laptop in here. Pretty nice size. Coming to the center console area right here, you see you have this small area right here, not too long or not too wide either. Gives you a good deep amount of space. You could probably fit some change and, you know, keys and whatnot in there, but you're not going to fit a lot of in there. You have two cup holders right here. You have an electronic parking brake where a manual parking brake would be, so that's kind of regular for people who are used to a manual handbrake being right there. This cup holder is, you know, outlined in this nice silver garnish right here. Looks pretty nice. You guys have a button to turn off the engine auto start stop. And as I said, these buttons, these empty spaces right here will probably be for cooled seats, which this vehicle does not have. You have a button to turn off your parking sensors, and you have two buttons for your heated seats for your passenger and driver. And of course, you have your drive mode selector right here, and you have a button to lock and unlock the differential. I believe that's what that button is for. If I'm not correct, somebody please let me know what this button is for. It has this weird symbol on it. I believe that's to lock and unlock the differential, if I'm correct. And putting the vehicle into reverse, you have a nice reverse camera. It looks kind of grainy, but it's probably because it's dirty right now. So, but I know Hyundai, you know, Kia and Genesis reverse cameras have been looking pretty good lately. So please don't mind the dirt. This camera does probably look pretty good when it's clean. But as I said, guys, it does look like a manual shifter here, but it is traditional. You just have that manual look to it. Of course, you got R for reverse, N for neutral, D for drive, and you slap it over to the left, and then you can shift it manually, just like a normal vehicle or a manual shift vehicle. Qi wireless charger right there. You have a USB port, 12-volt power outlet, and another USB port right there for fast charging. That's probably for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Taking a look at the HVAC controls right here. You have the, of course, button to turn it off. You have your front directional and rear HVAC controls, and of course, button to circulate and to let the air in. You have a knob to turn it up, of course, and, you know, a knob to change the temperature. Pretty nice setup right here. Nice display for the middle portion that lets you know what temperature it's on and whatnot. Looks pretty nice. You have this 10.25 touchscreen right here. Looks pretty nice. Hyundai really went all in with this Kona right here by putting this in the vehicle. Not too many people would probably expect this in this class or in this price range. But let me see. So you have your map display right there, and they gave you a traditional volume and tuning knob, which I really appreciate, because with the tuning knob you can do that with the map. So you can zoom in and zoom out, which I really like that feature. And of course, you guys know with certain Hyundai and Kia products, they don't put the tuning knob in, so you guys won't be able to do that. You have to use your finger to zoom in and zoom out, which is it's not a big deal, but you know, you wish they'll just keep tuning and volume knobs, period, all across the board. And of course, you have your map button, nav button, another favorites button right there to toggle through whatever you favorited program for that button right there. You have your track up and track down buttons right there, radio control, media, and setup. And as I said, guys, this vehicle does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, along with Sirius XM built in. And of course, just like with any newer Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis products, they give you the sounds of nature. I'm pretty sure you guys heard this plenty of times if you've seen other reviews. They didn't really put any new sounds in there yet, so yeah, pretty typical, pretty nice Hyundai and Kia stuff right there. Up top, they gave you incandescent lighting, no LED lighting for this cabin. They gave you a regular size sunroof here, which you can open, let in a lot of light, let in some fresh air right there, so that's pretty nice. Looking at the sunshade right here, of course nothing special. It does open and it does extend, of course. Pretty nice. Alright, now we're in the back seat. Closing the door there. Nice solid sounding thunk right there. Same deal of materials on the door. Hard touch up here, but again, that nice grainy material doesn't make it feel too cheap. You have this nice leather padded area right here. Of course, hard touch plastics. And again, not one touch for the rear when you're down the windows. And you have a nice speaker cover right there as well. As I sit behind myself, it is pretty tight. This seat is back where I would feel comfortable, so it is pretty tight. But if you guys scoop the seat up a little bit more, of course you have a good bit of room. You have one mat pocket back here for the rear, none for the on the back of the driver's seat. But same deal of materials on the seats. Feels pretty nice. You have two couples right here with a, of course, a little armrest. And I said these seats do fold down 60-40. There's a latch up here at the top of this of the seat right there. You can click that and just fold the seats down, which is very convenient because normally you have to do that from the trunk, but you can actually do that from the inside of the vehicle. So that's very convenient, and it reveals the trunk space. As I said, if you guys fold these seats down, you'll probably get a lot more space than what the seats are folded up. Nothing too much about the back seat. You don't have manual sunshades, and you don't have heated or cooled seats. I'm not sure if either model offers that, but you guys will just have to check that out. Upper trims to make sure. Down below you have a pocket down here to store maybe your phone or some change and whatnot, and one USB port right there. But that's about it, guys, for the back seat. It looks pretty nice. As I said, this is probably the replacement for the Hyundai Accent. So if you guys have the Hyundai Accent and you guys want to sit up higher with a little bit more space and a little bit more luxury, then this is probably the vehicle you want to go for if you're coming from a Hyundai Accent or any other product right out there. This will probably be a very nice replacement. As I said, this was the 2022 Hyundai Kona. This is pretty nicely equipped vehicle right here. Haven't seen too many on the road, but ironically, someone just came to look at this vehicle, so they're probably going to end up buying this vehicle and whatnot. If you guys want to check this vehicle out and any other Hyundai vehicles, of course you can go to your nearest Hyundai dealership. Hopefully you can find one, because this vehicle was a little bit hard for me to find as well as the venue. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for subscribing. Keep subscribing, like the video, share the video, and help me out with my YouTube channel. And I'll keep trying to bring you guys better reviews and more vehicles. Again, this is Kiaguyjoe. Catch you in the next one. Peace.